welcome back to day 2 of the VCT Game Changers Academy, presented by Verizon and AIM Labs. I am your host for this whole weekend, actually, Cute Noob, and I am joined today by Jojo and Maru. Hi guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Hi, Cute Noob.
Hello.
Are you guys super stoked to cast these upcoming matches?
Absolutely.
I mean, I could not imagine a better 2 matches to be streamed. All 4 of these teams definitely deserve it. And we will see who makes it to semis later today and then finals tomorrow.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you took the words right out of my mouth there, Jojo. For all of you guys joining, yesterday was a long day for a lot of these ladies. They went through what is group stages. We had 4 different groups. The teams that made it out of those group stages were Polaris and Final Form, 1994 Toyota Supra and Dark Monkeys, WA Warriors and Uncrouched Bind, Aim Punch and Vengeance. Are you guys surprised by any of these teams making it into playoffs here?
I don't know if I'm surprised. At first, the names throw you off, but like 1994 Toyota Supra, right? I mean, we have some really big name players there. So the names at first, but honestly, there's a lot of talent on all these. Like Dart Monkeys has some really stellar talent. Obviously, Polaris is probably the big name, right? The big all eyes are on, sign Polaris. We'll see how they do. But yeah, I don't know if I'm that surprised. I think most of the teams had, honestly, all the teams going in were really stacked, really, really good players on all of them. So it's just sort of sad that not every team can make it to this point and beyond.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, from my side, I'm not surprised either. Sometimes you just have to look into the actual rosters of these teams and just kind of ignore the name a little bit, even though some of these names are pretty good.
Creative, definitely. Well, just so you guys know, we are going to be streaming Polaris versus Unbind Crouch, but in the background, it's going to be Vengeance versus 1994 Toyota Supra. The other matches are going to be WA Warriors versus Final Form, and the last match will be Dark Monkeys versus Aim Punch. Depending on those matches, they're going to be making it into the semis, and then as we know, then we're going to go on to the playoffs, which are happening on Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The way it works, for all of you folks wondering, is best of 3. So each team will be playing a best of 3. Whoever doesn't make it through that will obviously fall out. First place will make $1,000 and second place will make $500. So these ladies are fighting for everything and anything at this moment. So moving on, just a really quick shout out to Galorance, which puts together these tournaments for us. If you are interested in getting involved in either producing, casting, hosting, or even playing, you can head on over to Galorance Discord channel, !Discord, so you can join us and be a part of this amazing tournament, and not just an amazing tournament, but also community. But let's talk about the real stuff, which is Unbind Crouch versus Polaris.
Yeah.
What do we know about these teams? Let's start off with you, Maru.
So there are some, we also had some subs, by the way, last minute. So we have Dinos from MILF, or, Man I Love Flogs fame, subbing in today for Unbind Crouch. So we'll see kind of how they do today with the sub player. Of course, Dinos is a fantastic player, so I'm sure she'll be fine, but we will see how that roster shakeup happens. Obviously, Polaris, though, I mean, we have kind of their stock team, right? Zoe, Luna, Starlight, Cat Trigger, Shaka, they're all here, and I expect Polaris to be fighting not only for their life, but I think they really want to show off not just how good they are, but why they deserve, how, like we said, #sign Polaris. I think they're looking to make a statement in this Game Changers Academy, so we're going to see. I expect really good things out of them today.
Jojo, what about you for Unbind Crouch?
Yeah, Unbind Crouch, they came into this with a record of 2-1 in their group stages, and the one map they lost, we were looking at it earlier a little bit, Cute Noob, the one map they lost was a very decisive loss. I believe the score was 13-4. So hopefully they're going to use some of that knowledge coming in here and potentially ban whatever map that scoreline happened on and come into this one with a little bit of a fresher outlook competing against Polaris, because Polaris, they're undefeated from groups, so they're not really planning on starting to lose maps here today. And it is definitely a little bit scary if you are Unbind Crouch trying to compete against a team who this is kind of their home stretch.
Yeah, that's really true. Polaris is such a strong team. They actually won the previous VCT Game Changers, as we talked about. But talking about maps, I was doing a little digging, and I was seeing kind of where the success rate for these teams are. As far as Polaris, they seem to be very dominant in a lot of maps since they have been around for the longest. But some of those being Breeze, Icebox, Ascent, and Haven, they have really good positive KDA on that, or win rate, I should say. As far as Unbind Crouch, I don't think that they played in too many tournaments, but some of the maps that I feel like they will lean towards would be Bind, possibly even Icebox, since they do have a positive win rate on that. Is there any maps that you think either team are going to choose at this point?
I would think I'm going to expect Polaris likely to go probably, like you said, Bind, probably not Breeze, though. I kind of expect to see Breeze at some point today from them. Even with the changes to Breeze, with the A site and B site changes, I still feel like Polaris is very comfortable on Breeze. So no matter where it shows up, I expect them to play it, and that's probably going to be like one of their picks, if not like their first pick in a few cases. So we'll see. But that map, I think, is one of their favored maps. So I'd expect to see us going to Breeze today at some point.
Ooh, what about you, Jojo? Any maps that you think are going to be on the table as far as for Uncrouch Bind?
Yeah, Unbind Crouch, I mean, as you said, not a lot of stats on them, but they've got a pretty even win rate on both Bind as well as Icebox. And they're not really playing, based on our statistics, they're not really playing too many of those new agents. I'm seeing a lot of Chamber, a lot of KO even on the side of Polaris. So we'll see today if Unbind Crouch has sort of angled more towards those new agents, towards new agent compositions, and if those win rates are going to go up on any of the other maps that we see. But they definitely probably have a good idea of what maps they want to ban, what agent compositions they want to play on the maps that they're going to pick today.
A little bit of an agent composition. What does Polaris, since Polaris has been around the longest, what do they normally like to go for, Jojo?
Yeah, so like I said, a lot of Chamber on one of their favorite maps, which is Breeze. They're gonna play that Chamber, and they're actually gonna go for a Jet as well. Sometimes we do see Reyna played there, but I love Jet's mobility on Breeze, and with such an open map, Chamber, you can really lock down those sites and make sure that you're getting the long range battles.
What about you, Jojo? Sorry, my brain is slow today. We're gonna need a lot more caffeine to get through this best of threes. But Maru, what about you for Uncrouched Bind? Any team compositions that you want to see them bring out?
Well, I'll get the joke out of the way, right? I always love to see Yoru. I don't think we're going to see Yoru at all, especially with the rework coming. I don't think anyone's Chloe Gaming's not here today, so we're not going to see anyone risk it just to make us happy. But instead, I do expect probably to see. I would expect Sova to show up on this team. Unbind Crouch's team, as Jojo mentioned, is fairly standard. So I don't know if we'll see Chamber. I don't know if we'll see even KO, because KO's been getting picked more often. But I do expect some of the common standbys, right? Sova, Jet, likely a Sage, maybe, if not Killjoy. I feel like Killjoy is a really good option. So we'll see what happens as we get ready for Agent Select here.
Yeah, we're going to head right into Agent Select. I don't think we have the maps yet. So it's going to be a surprise. Okay, we're actually going to Breeze, just like you were mentioning. So we get right into Breeze. I'm super excited to hear you guys cast this, and not only that, but see the amazing gameplay that these ladies are going to bring out. Let's get day two started.
Here we go, Maru, heading over to Breeze. Gosh, we definitely need this weather right now. I mean, I'm over here in Minnesota, absolutely freezing, but all these players currently on Breeze are feeling pretty good. So what are we seeing so far with these agent comps, Maru?
Yeah, so I mean, just kind of like as we were talking about before we loaded in, I mean, we see here on Polaris, we've got Viper, we have the Jet, we have Chamber, as you mentioned, we have Starlight playing as Sky, and we've got Shaka rounding it out with Sova. Meanwhile, over on Unbind Crouch, we've got Sky Sova, the double initiator. We have Viper as well, probably like one of the most common, if not the like smoke pick on Breeze. And we have Jet and we have Chamber. So actually the comps are exactly the same. It's mirror comp on both teams, which is kind of interesting because we didn't know if we'd see Chamber or not.
So who is going to play it better coming in right off the bat? Luna with their two picks down in mid. Very crisp shot. Zoe trying to push up as well. That is the spike down.
No!
Going for the knife. Luckily does not succeed there, but it's a flawless round. That is a first flawless round for Polaris. They are not messing around here, Maru.
No, they're not. That knife attempt by Zoe, crazy. And she didn't pay for it, right? She didn't pay for it with her life. She actually got away with it. And managed to just walk away as a surviving flawless member. So I think that is maybe the tone for today. Polaris is not messing around. They're hungry. I mean, that was so aggressive. They just ran straight down mid and dominated. So we'll see right here. We have the buy. Look at that Luna with a Bucky. I can't wait to see, or not a, yeah, I'm sorry. I almost said shorty. Holding that angle. I wonder if she's going to dash out or not, or just try to hold this angle with it.
See, this is one of those new angles that you can hold, and she's hearing everything that's happening in shop right now. Has a little bit of help. Starlight also on site, but now Luna's staring at a wall with that Bucky, just waiting for any aggression.
Yeah, the joy of observer cam for those of you watching is you get to see stuff that like the players don't get to notice. So like seeing players like squatting at each other is very funny when they have no idea neither of them are here.
Few shots exchanged, but no real space taken.
Oh, Cat in danger, trying to run back down halls, but actually CC and Stay UJ don't actually push it as hard as they could have. Meanwhile, though, we do have Teddy has gone down, so oh, there goes. CC gets taken out by Cat, who actually reversed that really bad positioning there. Shaka cleaning up and Zoe finishing the round. So another flawless round from Polaris here. Not just winning 2 in a row off the bat, you know, off of the eco round, but just winning so flawlessly. Again, Jojo, I think Polaris is really trying to prove something today. Not just to win, but I think they're trying to prove something.
They definitely are, and we saw from that round, it almost feels like Unbind Crouch doesn't really know what to do yet. They're still trying to feel out Polaris's aggression. We got so many members of Polaris pushing out right off the bat, and that seems to be what's happening again here on A. The flash does come out, and the Bucky shot's not really succeeding. No one has fallen yet. Trading of util.
Oh.
First pick coming out from Yin. Everything is going crazy. Yin trying to dash away. Starlight needs to connect here. And this has not worked out whatsoever for Polaris, Maru.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the danger of bonusing, right? You end up with fairly underwhelming gunplay because you've got things like Spectres against full rifles and usually full utility. So there's always that chance that you're going to lose it. But look at Zoe coming in with this flank. She is in a really good position to actually get 3 and clean this up. Did they hear her drop? I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, she doesn't go. She's not going to go for the obvious because she wants the triple. She's going to get it too. Zoe cleaning up, and now it is 1v1 against her and Dinos, who actually does get the headshot with that Vandal. Dinos winning it for the team, but barely. Zoe absolutely dominating with a great lurk there.
But we have to think about it, Maru. That was Unbind Crouch's buy. And they lost 4 guns because of Zoe's play there. And that is exactly what you wanted to see coming out from Polaris. They wanted to do as much eco damage as possible because if you look now, they're going to be able to full buy no problem. But it's just Dinos who's going to carry over that rifle into this next one.
Yeah, that is a rough one because I mean, yeah, you won that one, right? You won your buy round, but at what cost? I mean, that is so brutal.
Just a quick lurk. Starlight again being so aggressive, trying to gain information by pushing out down halls. Zoe spotting Dinos. That is their lone rifle. If Zoe can get this pick, should be easy for the next. And there we go, Yin. Unknown in mid. Starlight able to get 1, but that push from mid evens out these numbers. Not really a gun that can be rescued, however.
Also, I want to draw attention to the fact that Luna did pick up an op on this round. Hasn't really made much of an issue. Meanwhile, Teddy just Stinger gaming. I mean, who needs a 2,700 credit gun when you can use the Stinger, I guess. Oh, but doesn't notice Starlight's right above her as she drops down. Yin getting another kill over there. But I mean, this has been kind of a weird one. Look at them just trading guns back and forth. You know, people are dying and picking up guns. Dina's going to get the plant. Luna getting rid of the Seeker. But at this point, I mean, this is actually looking pretty good for Unbind Crouch. This is now a 3v2 scenario. They have guns. I mean, Luna does get that kill, though. Beautiful play there with the op. Luna trying to make her way onto site. Yin can't hold up. Cat takes her down. But Dinos cleans up. And again, we have Dinos, the last surviving Unbind Crouch player here. The defuse, she's going to try to fake it. Doesn't know where to look. Oh, I'm so nervous.
This is the hardest thing to do when you're in a 1v1 with an operator. Dinos yet again able to clutch that 1v1, picking up the operator and bringing it to the attack side for Unbind Crouch. Maro, how do you feel about attacking with an operator?
You know, I think on Breeze, it is usually actually not a bad idea because Breeze has such, you know, like from cave, from B window, even through mid. We don't have Sage here, but you could always do some cheeky Sage walls and other things. I think on Breeze, attacking with an op, doable. I think in most other maps, probably not a great idea.
Blinding light yet again thrown down into shop. Doesn't catch anyone. And now Seiyuji trying to drone out and not going to spot anything on site, and that is because A site is completely open at this point. All members of Polaris are in mid or on B. And this is the wrong read. Dinos now with that operator that they picked up there, unable to get any picks. Has to TP out of there. That spike has been planted, and now on a save round for Polaris, they're going to have to retake.
Yep, Teddy cleaning up a little. Oh my god, Dina just runs right into Zoe, who manages to take advantage of the jump scare effect and cleans up there a little bit. This is still kind of rough, right? The retake is really tough. Zoe is very hurt. Shaka is the only one at full health, trying to do what she can here to survive. Is at least going to try to get this kill on Cece if she can, but is going to get flanked by StayUJ, who doesn't connect. They're just kind of playing right around the rosy here in B. Meanwhile, just a casual headshot onto Zoe, and it comes down to it. A nice cleanup round there. StayUJ gets the win, and now we have Unbind Crouch with a lead for the first time, 3-2. And the econ is definitely shifting now in their favor heavily. Look at that. Dinos has had 8,000 credits to start this round. So the team going from losing 2 in a row, barely surviving their own rifle round, and now they are definitely in a much more comfortable position. Even if they lose this one, aside from Teddy, most of them should be able to buy pretty well if they lose this round going into this 5th round, or should I say 6th round, as the wall comes down here.
Unbind Crouch gonna be able to rebuy, but not the same for Polaris. We've got Tour de Force being popped, I believe now is in the hands of Dinos. Has a shorty as well. Trailblazer concussing one down mid. But is that enough information to really signal a rotate? We've got Viper's Pit. Oh my gosh! Zoe instantly taking down that Viper's Pit. That is Teddy who has fallen. And that rotate call maybe being made towards A, but in fact, the Spike Maro going towards B.
Yeah, we shall see what happens if they do survive this, but it's getting kind of scary, to be honest. They've got to be careful. Seekers do come out. Yin, though, cleaning up on the back of that utility from Sky here, and now Shaka in nest gets a clean headshot through the wall on StayUJ, and that evened the score a little bit. Hunter's Fury going to come out to try to push them out of position. I don't think it's actually tagged anybody, but oh, it is going to come with a blind, though. Yin manages to find Cat Triggered looking kind of the wrong way as she went to go around that peeking corner. Yin playing backside very smartly is going to have to play around the dark, but honestly, at this point, the timer is running out. Dinos getting the Tour de Force kill. Zoe doesn't have enough time to defuse. Even if she sticks it here, she's going to have to let go just to deal with Yin, who comes. Oh my god, does she have time?
I think she
does. She got it. Zoe gets it.
What?
Oh, this is big. Polaris now winning around after losing essentially 3 in a row. And that's really going to help not only their econ, but probably their mental. I mean, they came with such a dominant start and then starting to lose. Now let's take a look at this replay here. We can see this beautiful play from Zoe. Cleans up, dodges the tour de force, basically. Sticks halfway, knows that Yin is coming, and just manages to get that kill and goes right back to work, right? Don't interrupt me.
But it was an amazing try from Yin, holding down that backside so well. And so many of these rounds, Mauro, coming down to those 1v1s, and it just depends which player can really get the edge on the other one to secure that round for their team. Coming in here, already a lot of utility being thrown onto A side, and now Luna gonna rotate to assist Zoe. Bladestorm ready, but Yin with the Bladestorm in hand as well, biding their time, waiting to swing this angle.
Oh, the double Bladestorm. Oh, but Yin's gonna get it because unfortunately Luna looking into shop doesn't see her standing there. Zoe playing backside here by the box, trying to shoot the dart, kind of misses, doesn't get it off here, and they're gonna get the plant down, but are they gonna be able to survive? They are very tightly grouped up and very badly hurt. AUJ basically on 1 HP, and the rest of the team not too far behind her. Zoe's gonna start getting those kills, and I mean, this could go really bad for Unbind Crouch. Hunter's Fury is going to do some work, but Starlight is ready to push right off of it as it does connect a little, but she's able to, right, get the kill. Starlight, only one left, but has a big health advantage and can't win it out. Unfortunately, CC getting that win, and now we are back and forth, JoJo. We went from having a 2-0 to a 3-2. Now we're just kind of trading rounds back and forth. So I guess we're going to just be on the edge of our seat for the entire round of threes here.
Yes, that is so true, Mauro. But speaking of the economy for Unbind Crouch, it's looking fine. It's looking great even. Those 3 rounds that they won, 2, 3, and 4, were so good in creating that money in their bank for them to lose some of these rounds and actually be fine in terms of being able to buy rifles. If you look again, Polaris, just 2 players, Zoe and Luna, are going to be able to afford rifles here. And with this aggression from Starlight, she's going to be able to get some information, hopefully not get caught out by anyone though. And now Zoe again pushing down into halls. Here's some noise, and that spike finally retrieved. But not before Luna gets that opening pick, and now here's Zoe gonna come face to face with Dinos. Here's a lot of noise, sees one, but Yin actually pulls out the rifle just in time to get that headshot onto Zoe. Now all that position, all of that work that Zoe was able to do, shot down. Seekers are gonna be pulled out, and Cat with that opening pick.
Yeah, Tour de Force has done some work here. Yin almost actually looks towards double door and doesn't see Shaka. Now this sort of desperate fight, Sheriff shot from Starlight getting rid of that, and now Dinos and CC are the last 2 left, unable to get the plant down, kind of fighting for their life in mid here. Really nice teleport from Dinos just to kind of fake out the rotate here. She's coming back though, she's walking back towards her teammate, decides not to go for the plant, and honestly they've done a really good job, right? Shaka and you know, CC here playing in mid, but the dueling chambers now rotating towards site, and actually, you know, Unbind Crouch really managed to turn this into all but a beautiful shot from Cat, and that's going to likely deny them any chance of winning because they're just not going to have time to plant. JoJo.
This was so well played by Cat, being able to get out of mid and anchor down A side, and finally with that last pick, that's all guns down on the side of Unbind Crouch. Polaris should absolutely not have won that round based simply on the economy, but their use of util, their fearlessness in mid, and their ability to get those sheriff shot picks. I mean, sometimes it just does come down to aim, Maru.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's all about where is your crosshair and what are you going to do with it. And obviously Kat there really did a great job of making sure she knew where her crosshair was, even getting the after round kill and making sure they don't take any guns with them. But look, we've got Kat pulling out the operator on this round, and we have full rifles on both teams. So the Viper's Pit is going to probably force them away from A. I don't know if Unbind Crouch is going to want to attempt to force their way into this or not. So yeah, we can already see Teddy is here. and StayUJ slowly starting to work their way back towards the attacker spawn. Yeah, and here, look, Starlight trying to get maybe a cheeky flank here. Zoe getting a little aggressive. It's always dangerous leaving the Viper's Pit, because while you have the advantage inside of it, you don't really know what's standing out in front of you. So Luna finds Teddy swinging her knife and accidentally just kind of walks into the crosshair. There's Zoe getting CC as well. So Spike is now down over on A site, outside of the Viper's Pit, but really the way to get to it is cut off, right? They either have to go into site and come back through Viper's Pit, or they have to try running their way through caves. Either way, Polaris very comfortable to just play time here.
That is exactly what they need to do here. They have Spike down, they've got eyes on it, and Tinos, that opening pick, now they know where at least one of the remaining attackers will be coming from. Zoe holding this Viper's Pit, those two really clean shots, and because Dinos got that pick in mid, they know exactly where she's going to be coming from, hoping to pick up that spike and plant. 12 seconds left, Morrow just needs to save here, and Zoe securing the 4K, getting that headshot. What a round.
Yeah, that is honestly the second round in a row now where Polaris has won off of time, right? They've just managed to play it slow, force them into bad positions, and just, I mean, honestly, the pick on Teddy there really big, dropping the spike in such an inopportune place, kind of forcing the team to go look for it. I think that was a big pickup for Polaris, and we are going to get a timeout here from the defense. So Polaris looking to maybe talk about strategy, because JoJo, I mean, they've been winning and they won the last two rounds off of these sort of time out victories, but it's not as dominant as it was at the beginning, right? When we started this match, Polaris out of the gate, right? 2 flawless rounds in a row, and then a rough anti-eco round from the bonus, right? Unbind Crouch is absolutely dominating that one, picking up a few. And now this is the first time Polaris has been back on top in quite a few rounds now, right? Only by 1 round. So I think if they're using this timeout effectively, they're probably trying to say, hey, we need to just calm down, play slow, because those last 2 rounds, they played really well, they timed everything, and I think that really benefited them.
And that is the thing. We saw in those opening 2 rounds the aggressiveness, the gaining of space right off the bat. They're pushing out mid, they're pushing out A, they're pushing out B, and sometimes that is going to work, but most of the time only in a pistol, or when you're not going to, you know, have a firing squad basically in front of you. So they need to make sure that they are still being aggressive, and we see Cat holding that angle on A, but it's a safer aggressiveness that's going to benefit them.
Yeah, we shall see as this comes down, because honestly, you know, we talked about Polaris wanting to make a name for themselves, but I mean, Unbind Crouch has a lot of really good talent, and I think, you know, the whole point of Game Changers Academy is getting your name out there, showing what you can do in the competitive team setting. And so far, Unbind Crouch, really great team. Even, you know, having to sub in a player, I think Dinos has been a big help here and has really helped this team to come alive, because they're definitely giving Polaris a run for their money here. Look at this lurk from Teddy all the way up through halls, essentially abandoned by Polaris. Oh, Luna, meanwhile, getting that kill onto Yin. But Teddy was in, I mean, Teddy could basically have been in their spawn by now, right? I mean, she's backing out now, but she was essentially all the way back in Defender spawn there, just having a good old time by herself.
What Unbind Crouch wants to do here is get that spike down. Cat wants to stop them from doing just that with the operator. Starlight trying to get this kill on to CC. It's a Sky v Sky battle, and that is yet again spike down. Teddy backed all the way out of halls, now coming in through main, but does have that frenzy in hand. And with all of these long-range guns, it's going to be very difficult to do anything. Teddy maybe wanting to spray through that wall, push through, and just unfortunate, perfectly timed blind from Starlight through that wall, and then pushing out to make sure all of those kills were secured. But this gives a 6th round to Polaris, so they're at least guaranteed 6-6 half.
Yeah, I mean, this, I would assume they probably wanted a more dominant half, right? They're probably looking to really want to run away with it here. But at the same time, I mean, not bad showing. I mean, if they can still get 2 more rounds, that would be a really good place to swap. At the same time, though, Breeze often feels very easy on defensive side, right? I mean, you have a lot of really good options. So I don't know, an even half might not be where you want to be if you are looking to close this one out quickly. I get a feeling, Jojo, we might be looking at possibly overtime here. I mean, it might be too early to say, but the dreaded overtime in Game Changer Academy matches on map 1 is a good legacy. So we'll see here. This slower defense, though, really does seem to benefit them because it does kind of feel like Unbind Crouch wants faster aggression. And they've been kind of like every time it kind of goes the wrong way. Here, look at this push now onto B. Kind of running onto site, really nothing really stopping them from getting on site either. I mean, the Viper wall is not going to be enough. Zoe having to change her direction to look for the dart, and Luna does get the plant down, but does get a pick on the stage. Zoe cleaning up Yin, and honestly, this is kind of not looking great for Unbind Crouch. This plant went really well. They got on site, but they're not able to clutch it out here, and it's only Teddy left. Does have the mollies, but can't get the connection on the kill there. And now we are 7-4. So it's looking like we might get, 8-4, 8-4 curse.
Definitely possible, Maru. Something I would like to note there, it was kind of a strategy coming out from Unbind Crouch. We saw 2 players pushing out onto A actually early in that round. Teddy popping Viper's Pit and then sprint running to meet their team on B, abandoning the Viper's Pit. And I think it may have worked if there was a little bit more noise being made over on A site to kind of sell that that ult was, dangerous. But if they had saved that ult, if Teddy had had that ult for post plant on B, I think that round could have gone way differently, and the fake maybe wasn't the right call.
Yeah, we shall see here. That might be a big pick, though. CC getting that kill onto Luna does give them some ability to take some space. At the very least, they can get a nice rotate off of it. Oh, Shaka, though, cleaning up from the backside, getting Teddy. Really good headshot there into Halls. And now it is kind of an even ball game. Starlight going to look for things with the Pathfinder. Does know where they are, but doesn't necessarily want to follow that up. But the information is at least gleaned. Sayuj picking up Spike. Not sure if they want to go to B here. Look, Cat has the op again. Dangerous in the hands of Dinos. Tour de force.
They've had this issue before. They want to make sure that they do not get too low on time again. Choosing to go through Halls, but 40 seconds left on the clock. They're going to slow walk all the way through Halls. That's going to be a big dent in their time, especially with Shaka trying to fire these shots through. Dinos, that first pick, still holding main. But Shaka still holding strong in Halls. And another pick from Cat. This time, we've got man advantage for Polaris and Spike down. CC able to pick it back up, but Shaka so good in that Halls, getting yet another headshot and has the Spike in hand with 8 seconds left. Maru.
No, come on, Zoe. Okay, all right.
What is this?
Okay, I will say, you know what? I know these teams know each other and they're having fun, but Zoe, you absolutely deserve that shorty death there. That was 100% on you, but at least she's having fun with it as we do get ready for the swap here. And we'll see now what happens as Polaris are going to go on the attack. I mean, you may as well, right? You don't have anything to lose, but the knife kill attempt, only to get shortied in the face, has to feel a little deserved. I feel she probably knew it was going to happen, right? Going into that, it's like, I'm probably going to die here, but that's okay. So we'll see 8-4 half. So I mean, definitely Polaris pulling back here, gaining a nice sizable lead. But I think the question is going to be, does Unbind Crouch have a stronger defensive game than offense? Because if so, Polaris might be in real trouble here on map 1.
Immediately blinding light thrown down mid, able to gain a little bit of information that there is someone there, but that push into elbow is gonna clear out a lot. CC wanting to swing this one out. Sheriff shots from Yin not connecting, but that is at least 2 players being spotted in mid. CC with a great positioning in elbow, has to watch from both locations though to make sure she's not getting flanked. And Sheriff sprays from Yin. Do a little bit of chip damage to Luna, but not enough there. And Zoe, headshot onto Yin. Is that going to be an opening onto site? Can they get this Spike down quickly? Looks like it's going to be on B, and CC forced to back up after getting tagged there. And now the push is going to come through from Polaris.
Yeah, CC not only got tied, I think she also got hurt a little bit there, so she's not at full health, which, especially on pistol round, is kind of dangerous. Zoe dropping from shoot, does get the kill on Stay UJ, but immediately gets traded out. Spike is planted here, though, so Polaris is in a really good position. 4v2 on pistol round. I mean, you've got a frenzy, Teddy, but what can you do with it, especially since you're kind of playing the long angle? Can't the Sheriffs clean up? Shaka, final kill, and that's the first attack round from Polaris, so I think this is looking a little dire at this point, right? Unbind Crouch absolutely need to start digging in here because it sounds simple to say you only need to win 4 more rounds to close it out, but 4 is a much smaller number than 9. So if I'm Unbind Crouch, I've got to start thinking, what do we do to stop Polaris's momentum here from gaining even a couple of rounds and kind of preventing them from running away with it?
And maybe it is just Polaris's prowess on those pistol rounds, but I'm expecting them to win this one as well. Luna already walking up into cave, but there are so many members of Unbind Crouch on this site. She spots one and is now going to back up on it. Zoe getting tagged up a little bit, also going to back up, but they do not know that B site is completely free. They're going to send Trailblazer down. Doesn't see anyone in mid, but it's going to take a while for Unbind Crouch to rotate back over to B, and by that time, Maru, the spike will probably already be planted.
Yeah, look at this. Really nice execute. They are, going to look to hold these deeper positions using Starlight here, some of the newer furniture fixtures of B site here on Breeze, the 2 boxes and next to wall here, really giving her a nice place to hide. Luna, meanwhile, just fighting long distance with the Sheriff and doing a great job. Starlight swings onto Dinos for the kill, and Luna aggressing with the Sheriff now, going in with her teammate. Stage A can't face up against the Spectre Spray, and Shaka cleaning up again. So now it is 10-4, and Polaris really trying to close this one out in this best of 3. As we said at the beginning, right, Jojo, Breeze, a map that Polaris really likes to play, and I think it's really obvious they seem very comfortable here, even with some of that back and forth earlier in the game. They obviously seem to know what they want to do and how to execute.
That is the thing that we have to notice there, and especially when you're seeing all of these flawless rounds or keeping 4 members alive, that just simply has to do with they're playing these rounds correctly. They are adapting to what Unbind Crouch is doing on defense, and even here, Zoe knowing that someone is going to be peeking out of those double doors, going for the Marshall kills. CC getting tagged up a little bit. That's through the door, so it's not too much damage being done. And there we go, blinding light coming through, but CC ready for it. Zoe trading that one out.
She got her kill, just kind of at the cost of her teammate, unfortunately. But that is going to make this one of the tougher matches here for Polaris in a while, right? 3v2, 3v3, but unfortunately Shaka is very hurt, and yeah, goes down. Dinos with a headshot. Doesn't matter how much HP you have, but you get hit in the head, and Luna now fighting to gain something here against Yin. Can't, as she swings wide. Cat, last member of Polaris standing. This is one of the most unfortunate situations they've been in a while. And it looks like she's going to probably rotate, maybe just trying to get the plant onto B, but lurking through mid, because, hey, if you can give her enough 1v1s, Cat might just win out here. And we see Teddy lurking in the distance back through defender spawn.
30 seconds left.
This is a great play by Unbind Crouch. Typically, when you see an attacker running away from a site, you're going to expect them to full rotate over to the other one. But Yin anchoring here, not buying the rotate at all. About to peek this one out, and 15 HP on Cat, able to get the headshot with Headhunter. Dinos waiting for this one, 8 seconds left. I don't think a plant's going to be possible here. Maybe Cat's going to secure it, but Dinos ready to swing out. Still possible, 5 bullets in Headhunter. They're gonna line up. No, Dinos with the Vandal sticks this defuse, and that is a win for their buy round on the side of Unbind Crouch.
Dinos giving the last bit of it there to her Viper, helping to get that Viper's Pit online a little faster, and of course repping the Fwog for her home team of Man I Love Fwogs giving some callback there. But yeah, I mean, that was a really nice round there. I mean, Cat Triggered really did a great job trying to clutch that out. Just unfortunate. Hard to win a 2v1 when you're at 15 HP. But she got the plant. So, I mean, Polaris definitely still looking very dominant here. But I mean, that's probably the momentum swing that I think Unbind Crouch are going to be looking for here for their mental, right? Hey, we got a round. Now let's just keep going. All right, we get Sabai. We have some full guns. Unfortunately, though, Polaris now off of their eco round, or I should say their bonus eco.
And as we see here, Kat has that operator in her hands yet again, slow walking with the rest of Polaris towards B. There's only one player on site, and it is Teddy. Potential to get droned out here, tries to shoot it down. That dash onto site. Luna's gonna be able to clear as much as she can here. Right behind that half wall. Does Luna know? And yes, she does. Swings that one, gets the headshot. And after the Viper's Pit has been popped, a retake attempt from Unbind Crouch. 2 men down. It's going to be very, very difficult to succeed.
Yeah, Luna and just Luna playing this little game here, going around with CC around the wall fixture. Luna is going to look to swing. CC, though, gets the drop, gets the peek. Unfortunately, gets traded by Starlight, and Dinos can't. And we get the team ace here from Polaris, now picking up their 11th round, 2 away from victory on map 1 here.
Very, very decisive round. It was a bye round for both teams, and that team ace just kind of threw it in Unbind Crouch's face. Polaris wants to take this one home. They want those 2 rounds to go in their favor right here, right now. And considering Unbind Crouch has to save here, unless Polaris is going to get shotgunned, which no one on Unbind Crouch has purchased a shotgun, this is looking like it's probably going to go in Polaris's favor as well.
Yeah, we shall see. Polaris, I mean, we talked about the stats earlier. They do play very well on Breeze. This was their map pick. And unfortunately for Unbind Crouch, I think we're starting to see why, because Polaris very comfortable here. And we talked, there's not a lot of maps they're not comfortable on. But so far, this is a really strong showing from the top seed, right? Undefeated so far. Shaka, beautiful kill on the Teddy there. CC going to possibly follow it up. Shaka does get blinded, though, so going to pay for it. But Zoe there to clean up for her teammate. Now, please stop running at each other and help. And cleans up there. Meanwhile, over an attacker, or should the defender spawn. And that is the 12th round. It is now match point for Polaris.
Now, here's the question, Maru. Does Unbind Crouch just want to say GG, go next? Or do they want to fight, try to get 7 in a row, and force overtime? I mean, you got to think of fatigue. You got to think of mental. Do they want to continue pushing here at all?
I feel like, you know, it's always like a weird question, right? In other games, in some things, there's, you know, especially with brackets, you can talk about like playing to lose, right? Like going up from a loser bracket. We don't have that here. We have best of 3. You get 3 attempts, which means if you lose the 2 first ones, that's it. So I don't know, like playing, like you said, 7 in a row is a tough climb. And maybe you just go to your map pick and try to force a game 3. But at the same time, I think you want to show something, right? You want to show more dominance than a 12-5 or a 13-5. So I feel like Unbind Crouch is going to want to try to pick up as many rounds here as they can. You know, whether they want to go into overtime or not, I think the mental's got to be that you need to try and force that overtime. Because at the same time, Polaris is top seed, but they're only human. At some point, they will get tired or make mistakes. And so if you can wear them down, maybe, especially a prolonged first game on their preferred map, you know, that's got to be a little odd too, right? Forcing the team to play a lot more on their map pick than they maybe expected. Look at Teddy with this flank though going off. Oh my god, that is just beautiful. Really great stuff from Teddy. Amazing flank. And Cat, the last one left, coming to try to clean up, has the op, just gets Viper orbed out, the molly coming out. Cat is just sort of stuck here, jumping around, I think making noise, trying to get them to push her, but it's dangerous. I mean, hey, it is 4v1, but she does have an op, so it's not necessarily impossible. They're just going to hold angles smartly and let the timer run out here, and that's going to be one of those 7 rounds you mentioned, Jojo.
Yes, Cat needs to make sure She saves that operator, gonna back up and just start jumping around there, waiting for the time. But it is 1 round out of the 7 that Unbind Crouch needs. But again, on the flip side of that, it's 1 round out of 7 that Polaris can lose. They are feeling no pressure right now whatsoever. They know all of the chance is in Unbind Crouch's hands. Even if they're able to get 6 in a row, there's still an overtime opportunity. So I'm thinking they're not worried at all. They are still in this game. They're still in it to win it, but kind of playing it more casually. And I don't really know what happened there with all of them walking past Teddy, but sometimes it happens.
What's funny is the Seekers would have hit her, and you should have probably realized, but I wonder if she was so close that they just assumed it got broken by something. So yeah, I think Teddy survived by a mixture of luck and or positioning on her part, because she kind of just snuck through her own orb. Meanwhile, though, we do have the first pick here. Cat does get that kill onto Dinos. Beautiful shot. That is really going to start shifting this into the favor of Polaris to close this one out. And like you said, unbothered, moisturized, staying in their lane here on Breeze, coming in and looking like they're going to get this 13-6 here, because at this point it's 3-5. And look, are they actually going to? They're going to force this A site even with the Viper's Pit up.
This is a brave play, but again, they have the capacity to do it. Viper's Pit's gonna fall, and Zoe with that crouch spray, just throwing it into Stay UG's face. Don't unbind Crouch, because I just crouched and got that kill. Everything is up to CC here. Gonna pop Seekers, but a 1v5, a lot to ask. So many players pushing out double doors, and there we go. Map 1, Breeze. Polaris's map pick, going to Polaris.
Yeah, so nice. Pretty dominant showing from Polaris in the latter half of this match. And one of those things about the scoreboard, Jojo, right? I mean, 13-6, and you might say, well, obviously they won, more than half the rounds. But the beginning of this game was so back and forth, right? Polaris wins 2, then Unbind Crouch wins 3, then Polaris wins 1, then Unbind Crouch wins 1. And really, Polaris did start to run away with it as we got closer to the half. And just managed to, only drop 2 rounds on attack as they were, closing this out. So Polaris really looking strong, but Unbind Crouch absolutely alive in this, and we're getting ready to go to their map pick, which is going to be on Bind. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens as we go to another warm climate for this wintry Game Changer Academy as we get ready to come back for Bind, Jojo.
Yeah, so Bind is next. We'll see how these agent compositions are going to change on the side of Polaris or Unbind Crouch, and it is Unbind Crouch's match to lose. So we will see you in just a few to get right back into some Valorant action.
Yep, see you soon, everybody. Zoe coming in with this flank. She is in a really good position to actually get...
I just realized I've built walls a mile high to protect my heart, but now I'm all alone, stuck on the inside. The heart doesn't need a castle, it needs a bridge. Been too scared that I unravel, brick by brick. I built these walls, now I know that I am strong. Just watch me tear them down. I'm gonna tear them down. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? If it can't tear you apart, is it really love? Just watch me march towards the battle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. I'm gonna tear down this castle. Watch me march. If it couldn't break your heart, is it really love? criticized myself for trusting lies. I know I can't hide.